To get the same results while recording internally or externally using the EOS R5 and the Ninja 5, I recommend these settings. First, let's set the resolution. I choose 4K DCI, 20 frames per second, and IPV compression to save some space. I have enabled the 4K HQ mode, which downscales from 8K resolution to 4K. It produces the best quality, but it will overheat your camera on longer recordings. Now, on page 3, Canon log settings. For internal recordings, I choose C-Log 3 with Cinema Gamut as color space. Again, this is for internal recordings. In this way, I avoid using any LUT in Resolve by using a color-managed project. And for external recordings using the Ninja 5, I use the same resolution, the same 4K HQ mode. But I changed the color space in the Canon log settings because the Canon Cinema Gamut is not supported through HDMI. You have to choose Rec or BT2020 as the selected color space. Also, if you want to monitor your recording in the Ninja 5 using false color or RGB parade, first you will have to enable the legalized toggle because the EOS R5 outputs the signal in full range, while the Atomos expects the signal to be in legal range. If you want to have a recording with full range, toggle the legalized option off. So here's my footage, the internal recording in C-Log 3 Cinema Gamut, another internal recording also in C-Log 3 with Cinema Gamut but using compressed RAW, the external Ninja 5 full range C-Log 3 recording in Rec 2020, and the legalized version. My settings. I have image culling with crop to avoid the black bars, and in color management I have the color science with DaVinci YRGV, and this is special. In Macintosh you have to choose Rec 709/A, and that's it. Let's drag first the internal recording, then the full range, the legalized, and the compressed RAW internal recording. And let's go to color page. Let's activate the clips and the LUTs page. I have the Canon LUTs downloaded from the web, the latest ones. And for the internal recording that use Cinema Gamut, I will use, let's make space here to read the full name, Cinema Gamut Canon Log 3 to BT709 wide range. Okay, that's it. It's already looking good. Now, with this one, first we have to change the clip attributes to full range because Resolve assumes that it's video range, but it's full range. And now we use the LUT BT2020 Canon Log 3 to BT709 wide dynamic range. And you can see both look the same, the internal recording and the external recording. Same with the another internal that is already legalized because we enable the toggle legalize in the Atomos Ninja 5. Looking the same. And now the RAW is using C-Log 2 Canon Cinema Gamut. And all the recordings look the same. Of course, using DaVinci YRGB Rec 709/A. This is a new project and we will change the color management from DaVinci YRGV to color managed, and we will change the color processing mode to HDR DaVinci Wide Gamut Intermediate. The output color space, because we are in a Macintosh, will be Rec 709/A. And to avoid the black bars, I will use scale full frame with crop. Now, just as in the prior example, this is the internal recording, the internal in RAW, the full range with the external Ninja, and the legalized. Now, as you can see, the colors don't look okay, and without a lot, we will choose input color space, Canon Cinema Gamma, Canon Log 3. Without a lot, we have already an image that looks okay. And the raw image already looks okay because the color DaVinci Resolves already understands which space is. But this other don't look okay. And we have to do exactly as the same with the prior example. But first, we have to change the input color space to Rec 709 Scene. Now, here in the color page, because this is a full range clip, clip attributes, full range, and with the downloaded LUTs from Canon, BT 2020 Canon Log 3, and the same with this one. Now, the internal recordings already look okay. The RAW, because it's being decoded as C-Log 2, it's a little bit off, wash out blacks, and these already look about okay. They are already too much saturated, but you can change that here. So this is how you can work with C-Log 3 footage recorded either internally or externally using Resolve, with either a color managed project or with the default settings. Don't forget, if you are working on a Macintosh, you will have to choose Rec 709/A as your timeline color space if your project isn't color managed, and Rec 709A as the output color space if your project is color managed. In this way, you will have the same results in QuickTime, VLC, and YouTube.